Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be seeing what would happen if Austria and Hungary united. Now I don't think they've ever united in history, but it would be cool to see what would happen. So firstly they're going to go ahead and invade Slovenia. Now what did Slovenia do to deserve this? Nothing really, except their existence. Austria and Hungary. I'm going to call them Austria-Hungary. Kind of just sounds right. Yeah, they're going to go and invade and, well, yeah. Just like that, they fall. Anyway, in the peace treaty, Slovenia is fully annexed. Did I call it Slovakia before? I don't even know what I called it. Anyway, yeah, in the peace treaty, yeah, Slovenia is fully annexed. But next, they're going to go up north a bit to Slovakia. Now, also, what did Slovakia do to deserve this? Absolutely nothing. Are they going to be happy? Probably not. Are they going to have to deal with it? Yes. Their capital is taken almost instantly. Isn't it Bratislava? I remember, I think. Yeah, and they proceed to invade further until they kind of just fall. They can't surrender though because there's no one there to surrender. Anyway, in the peace treaty, Slovakia also is fully annexed. And next they're going to go down south again and send an ultimatum to Croatia, basically saying, give us this piece of land or die. And do you know what Croatia picks? They pick hand it over. They aren't that stupid. Oh. Yeah, Croatia picks hand it over because they're not stupid. Even though there was a lot of argument in the political box, I don't know. Even though there's a lot of arguments, they eventually settled on giving it because they find they find Austria-Hungary, I'm going to call them, as a threat. So next, well, Austria-Hungary is going to be a bit rude, I guess. They were getting it. And they're going to go declare war on Croatia. Now, why? No idea. They just accepted the ultimatum. I guess, history just really wanted it, or modern day, because, well, yeah, I swear they've never united before. Yeah, however, the Croats are clever and managed to push back, and even managed to take, I don't know what the peninsula is called. Is it even a peninsula? Probably. They managed to push back the Croats, and they're not Croats. The Croats managed to push back the Croats. No, the Croats managed to push back the Hungarians and the Austrians, and even managed to push in, and they start heading up towards Budapest, which is bad for Hungary and Austria-Hungary. And they managed to take the city in a operation which shouldn't have worked, probably because they were funded by Romanians, but they're not going to find that. Austria-Hungary is not going to find that out for a good few whiles. What? That makes no sense. But yeah, eventually they just get a grip of themselves and push back, and eventually even manage to push back like that. And they push them all the way out of Hungary, and they take Zagreb and push down the coast, and, well, yeah, Croatia can't really surrender, which is kind of a problem actually, but it's also not, meaning they can just kind of take it. Anyway, in the peace treaty it's a full annexation. I mean, what did you really expect? And next they're gonna bore their troops again by moving all the way up north. Why? To get to Czechia. It's kind of obvious. They're gonna do it by now. Oh, that actually worked. Anyway, they declare war on Czechia, and Czechia's like, I saw this coming. And proceed to get invaded. They push in around here, well, the Austrians and the Hungarians, and the Czechians even manage to push back. And why are all the countries managing to push back them at least a bit now? Well, let's just say their troops are getting tired, and quickly. Their troops are getting so tired that tiredness is a thing. That makes no sense. And yet again, Budapest is captured, to everyone's surprise, which is really bad. Budapest keeps on getting captured. Then Austria-Hungary get into a rage mode and push them all back, which is kind of a reoccurring theme right now. They push back all the way to the border, where they push in further and further, and eventually get the Sudetenland. And then they ask Germany to help, and they're like, no, you already have the Sudetenland. So they proceed to invade further, and Czechia surrenders when they have like this much land left. Anyway, in the peace treaty, it is a full annexation, and I mean, what did you really expect? We're talking about Austria-Hungary here, a strong nation of two nations combined. Surely that's strong. Now, next, they are going to declare war on Serbia. Why? Because Serbia was being Serbia in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yeah. The Serbs took Bosnia and Herzegovina, puppeted them and told them go invade Austria-Hungary. And yeah, the rest is history. So troops, instead of pouring into Serbia, pour into Bosnia and Herzegovina and take the whole country just like that, even though it had a high military presence. However, when they try entering into Serbia, it's rather hard, but they do manage to get Novi Sad and almost capture Belgrade, and they push around a bit more, but ultimately can't do much except do that, where they get to a peace treaty. Now, this peace treaty was actually quite nice on Serbia, as they managed to regain a lot of land. Even though Belgrade is like right there, they are still existing, which is good for the Serbs. And also in the peace treaty, which I forgot to mention, I'll do that quickly. Right, spot the difference. What's the difference on this map? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you realise it? It was Kosovo. If I didn't tell you, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, it's an empire now, they decided to tell Kosovo, unite with Serbia or else we invade you. And Kosovo accepted. So yeah, Kosovo's Serbian now. And anyway, next for their final task, actually not, no. Now they're going to invade Romania. Yet again, Romania did nothing to deserve this. They're just pushing around for no reason. They're bullying other countries, which isn't getting good on, I don't know, the UN's view. NATO doesn't exist, by the way. Also, this is purely entertainmentive. Do not get angry. Lesson. Anyway, they're going to just invade. And yeah, they're going to invade and invade. They begin to push in, and they try to get as close to, I forgot the name of the capital. I knew it earlier, but I forgot it now. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the Austro-Hungarians push around and push more around until they've got like half of the country. Actually, more like a third. I remember now, it's Bucharest. Bucharest? You arrest a book. Anyway, they push down and they end up getting to this mountain range here, I forgot the name of it, where they're kind of stuck, so they had to go down and around. But they get to the gates of Bucharest and they capture that area, and the Battle of Bucharest begins. Now, Bucharest is bigger than this dot, but I'm going to represent it as a dot for this. So yeah, the I forgot the name. Austro-Hungarians. That's what I called them. Yeah, the Austro-Hungarians push in, and they keep on pushing, but progress is slow, and this is over a matter of weeks. Surprisingly, not months. But eventually, the Romanians managed to see a see a gap in the army, or where it is, and they push back all of here for quite a while. Sorry about that, I went up too high. And they managed to push around over here, and they've considered Bucharest. Like, it wasn't ever considered not safe, but now it's considered safe as ever. Like, it was considered safer than it was before the war. So they managed to push back quite far until Bucharest is just like, that's not going to be invaded. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Romania. They even managed to push back around over here because the troops are getting quite tired now. They get to around there and then they kind of stop. And then it's Austria, Hungary's turn. They push in and they kind of get all this area, all the important stuff. And yeah, eventually they get to here and decide to sign a peace treaty. Austria-Hungary is going to go get this much land, which is actually quite a lot. Even though they did lose a bit, they managed to gain a bit more than what they had in the war, if that makes sense, which it doesn't. However, next they're going to go invade 2 more countries and then we'll probably be done. Next they decide to invade Ukraine because they have ties with Russia, even though Russia was just kicked out of Ukraine, because this is like a good few years into the future. I can apparently tell the future now. Disclaimer, I cannot. Now, Ukraine is going to get all the land back. That's what I say. Anyway, yeah, they decide to invade into Ukraine, which is just annoying. However, isn't there like a hilly bit here? Anyway, yeah, they get up to this hilly bit, and Ukraine kind of just fights them off, and they're like, get out, get out, get out, get out, keep on getting out. And they're basically evacuating people at this point. And they get to around here and they just start. Ukraine goes in on the offensive until Ukraine's like, how about we're not going on the offensive, and they're going on the defensive, which goes terrible. And then they say to Ukraine, why'd you do that? And they push them back to the border when they get to the hilly bit again. But they did not train their troops over how to walk on a hill. They all run out of energy while trying to run past the hill. They say, Romania, can we invade you to get through to there? And I'm like, no, we just signed a peace treaty, you can't do that. So they agree to peace. It's going to be rather easy on Ukraine. I mean, no, it's going to be easy on Austria-Hungary because they got all the land that they had captured, which is good. Now they have one more place to invade because they need to settle a disagreement. You see, Italy over here, they have a bit of an argument with Italy over Switzerland for whatever reason. Oh, and over Germany, because currently both don't like Germany. But anyway, it kind of leads to a war. What did you expect? It's gonna lead to a war. This is me. What do you expect? Everything leads to war. Like, I would just turn up to a festival and it would lead to war. Anyway, they are going to enter through the Alps, which is kind of hard to do because it's the Alps. What do you expect? And they get to around here, and they get to the Alpsy bit. Austro-Hungarians get to the Alpsy bit, and yeah, they begin to even manage to push further into Italy. Like, they even managed to capture Venice, and they surround Switzerland after managing to get past the Alps. And they have a massive breakthrough, capturing places like Milan, and they even managed to get to San Marino. But they don't invade it because San Marino is never ever going to be invaded in the entire history of the entire world. They've not been invaded. They probably have. Well, they have, but still, never. Until Italy was like, they get a new military guy and is like, his only plan is get a grip of yourselves. And it works. They push back, they capture Milan, and they even manage to get Venice, and push quite far actually. They get all the way back to the border, until the guy's assassinated, of course. Well, then the new guy, who isn't the best of guys, but he can still do his job. Decently, I guess. So it's kind of like the beginning. Why is it on 205? I wanted it on 5. It's kind of like the beginning again, and they get to here, and they get there, and they're like, I'm tired, let me just sign a peace treaty. And they agree to a peace treaty. Anyway, in the peace treaty, Austria and Hungary, they get a bit of land, but ultimately not too much. And that is the end. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.